You're watching Drakewing Gaming. Enjoy the video.
Hey guys and gals, Never here from Drakewing Gaming. It's Sunny on Twitter, the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at some Let's Play episode of Polar Night. So y'all, let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. But still, even though Servines weren't personally to my taste, it had been the first time I'd seen a guy in real life who'd made my heart race like that. No, it's okay, please, Aaron stood and walked over, but still kept a respectful space between us. Is this about me teasing you last night? Because, if so, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable. No, really, I'm okay. It's not you. His eyes flicked down for a moment. I realized I was tugging hard on my sleeve, ensuring my scarred wrist was covered. I quickly stopped, burning harder with humiliation. Anyhow, was meaning to ask you guys about yourselves. Didn't get the chance to get to know you last night. What with the, drama? Guess there's already some friction, huh? What was that all about, anyway? He gave a wave of his hand, looking pissed. Like I said last night, my sister was the navigator. You can imagine how she got treated when the Orion vanished. Oh yeah, I think I remember. Not as much shit as Captain McGregor got, though. That doesn't mean... He caught himself quickly, huffing and folding his arms. It's been 2 years watching them autopsy her life while her body is out there somewhere. If anything good can come from this, I want it to be an end to all the rumors and conspiracies. I got hate mail, you know that? Seriously? Hate mail? Dana got it too, and yeah, probably worse than me, but that doesn't make it easier to deal with. Wait, why hate mail? Are you paying any attention to the inquiry? Could I say? I hadn't really. Mum had, but then she'd not exactly paid much attention to the specifics. Just whatever kernels of hope she could cling to. Christ, so... There were rumors that Carrie was seeing someone on board, but she got distracted. And people sent you hate mail? Who the fuck else are they gonna send it to? Carrie is dead, so she can hardly read it, can she? He called himself again. This time a few taps of the paw on the matted floor escaped before he brought himself under control. I just want to get some closure. I don't know if I'll be able to cope with both Dana and Stefan on board. He made a dismissive gesture with a hand. Stefan is nice enough and all, but God, I hate that attitude. What's this about Stefan now? He has some ideas about things. Rufus gave me a blank look. Weird ideas. Weird as in likes pineapple on pizza, or weird as in Atlantis is real? I mean, I wouldn't put either past him, really. Either way, I like him well enough. He seems like a decent sort, but his conviction is annoying. What? Why? Believing in something's good, right? Okay, conviction is the wrong word. Delusion is more like it. I overheard Gale last night. I can understand holding on to hope while acknowledging it's a long shot, but... There's a difference between that and just flat-out denial. I can't say for sure I didn't know him before all this, but it's pretty clear to me it's a maladaptive coping mechanism. Rufus's eyes glazed a bit when he heard the long words. He means a coping mechanism that can make things worse. Right. He smiled in understanding. I wouldn't say the lights are on, but no one's home, but... I guess that's a way of putting it. Look, can we drop it? Sure. So, how about you, Garrett? Just an electrician, nothing much to say. Oh, not a college kid? Actually, I'd have pegged you for a bad boy, what with a scar and all. My stomach clenched and Aaron's ears dropped with loud thumps against his shoulders in shock. His eyes darted from me to Rufus and back again. Like, damn, kid, I hope you fucked up whoever did that to your eye. The chicks will be into it, though, I'll bet. I don't even know if he even noticed my now wide-open jaw. Aaron, for his part, seemed to absorb all the horror I'd usually feel into himself, shrinking back as though expecting me to explode. Rufus puts his hands on his hips and gave me a big goofy grin. Aaron, the poor guy, looked like he was about to bolt when something in me just snapped. I snorted, covering my mouth to try and intercept the laugh before just surrendering and allowing it all out. Heh, what's so funny? Garrett, you okay? yeah, I'm fine. Just, I struggled the words out amidst another fit of laughter before calming myself. I didn't know what triggered it. Maybe just how oblivious this big dunce was. Aaron looked relieved and gave me a nervous laugh before finally brightening. I felt another pang of guilt about how I'd snarled at him yesterday. Fuck, I was oversensitive about my eye. So, about your sister, Hannah, right? I saw the look he gave me before turning to Rufus. I guess it was sweet of him to move the topic away. Huh? Oh, yeah! The smile faded and his eyes misted a little. Both followed in our pa's footsteps into the military. She was in the Navy and I went to the Army. Mine and Aaron's smiles cracked as he looked into the middle distance, reminiscing. When Pa died, Hannah left the service to go into the civilian sector. I stayed on for a while, but Noah looked across his face for just a moment. Eventually, I left the Army. Did my stint, then floated around for a while before opening a gym. Hannah worked a bunch of jobs before I finally landed XO of the Iran. Never heard nothing but the best about her from the fellows she worked with. And she worked a job that's still a man's world near enough. There ain't no way she let anything happen to the crew if she was able to stop it. At this, his expression hardened. His entire body went rigid, like he was tensing for a punch to land. I get why you're pissed, Aaron, really. But remember that Carrie wasn't the only one on the Iran who got their memory dragged through the mud. And like you said, if it'll end the rumors, I'm all for giving this glorified canoe ride a shot. Can't say I'd sleep well knowing I let this chance slide. And so that said, I can sympathize with Stefan. And I know... He held up his hands as he saw Aaron bristle. I get he has some weird ideas about what happened to the Iran, but I reckon he's on to something about that Sharif fella. You mean how about how he's hiding something? I don't claim to be a clever man, but if even I can see Sharif ain't being fully on the level with us, I'd say it's a safe bet there's something going on. Like what? Well, I guess that's for the college guy to figure out. He broke another goofy grin and slapped Aaron on the shoulder so hard I heard his teeth chatter. Anyway, I was planning on talking to the captain about last night. You know, the whole no emergency lights thing. Oh yeah, nearly forgot. Can do it at lunchtime. Y'all are welcome to tag along. Maybe the beefcake, the bad boy, and the Gave Aaron a look like he was trying to figure out a nickname for him, making Aaron look almost as horrified as when he expected me to go mental about my eye. Please don't finish that thought. I don't think my ego could take it. Could confront the captain together and get some answers, huh? Sure. Fair enough. Great. Now, if y'all excuse me, I need to finish my sets. And me too. You're welcome to stay and admire the view if you like. He gave an exaggerated wink and flexed an arm, apparently a master of going from being cute to being ridiculous in seconds flat. Oh, excuse me. I rolled my eyes and gave a dismissive wave, but left them to their devices a little more cheerful than when I'd entered, at least. Where do I go? Look for the cinema. The cinema, such as it was exactly as it appeared in the handbook. A large, bare room where cheap plastic chairs had been arranged in front of a projector. Dana, June, and Gale were huddled around a shelf, chatting amongst themselves. June turned to look as I entered, grinned, and waved me over. Hey, Garrett! Dana and Gale also glanced over. Gale smiled while Dana looked nonplussed. We were thinking of watching something, but couldn't really decide. More to the point, there's not much choice. I scanned the shelf full of DVDs, and I wasn't impressed by the selection. Rom-coms, family-friendly rubbish, sentimental mush. I wouldn't mind, but it wasn't even any decent family-friendly stuff, like classic animated movies or Voxar stuff. Tough choice. Come on, guys, try to get into the spirit. I'd sooner hang myself forever than watch this dross. Me and Gale both snickered, but June looked genuinely hurt. Sorry, I know you're trying. I mean, we could just chat. I just realized I don't really know much about you, June. Oh, me? She looked surprised. I mean, not much to say, really. Just a seafarer trying to make my way in the world. Seems an odd choice of seafarer, if you don't mind me saying so. I'd have figured you wanted a ship in the Caribbean. That way you can take a dip whenever you want. Yeah, I'm not much for the heat. Which isn't to say I wouldn't have a dip in warmer waters, but just thinking of the constant heat in that climate makes me itch. Curious, actually. Did you train for this job, or was it something you picked up? I don't really know much about jobs on ships. Oh, I was a bartender during my student days. Mom wanted me to be a police diver like her, but I wanted to be around people, you know? Entertain, chat, that sort of thing. So, you know, water time? Alrighty, y'all. Alright. Attention. Alright, good this one. Okay. Tried working on a big cruise line, but it really didn't work out well. Oh? Why? I'd have thought you'd get more than enough people to chat to on one of those things. That's just it. It felt too impersonal. I did see repeat faces, but mostly it was just an endless sea of complete strangers. Figured I'd try a smaller ship, more intimate that way, so here I am. How long have you been on board then? About 6 months? Joined around the same time as Joseph. Her voice cracked slightly, and I swear I saw her blush. In a flash, she was back to normal, though. Did you say your mom was a cop? Yep, police rescue diver. I'm proud of her and all, but not something I could ever do. The stories she told me, she didn't always pull living people out of the water. And those who weren't alive were not always, recent. Damn. Mom was a cop, too. She never got used to it, either. Oh? What department? Is she a detective, or...? It lasted just a second, but Dana's eye twitched. Her tail swished sharply, and a brief flash of white between her lips and a shiver up my spine. Yeah, detective. Apparently June and Gale both caught her sharp tone shift. I nervously cleared my throat. So, Gale, what was your mom like? Don't patronize me. I don't need to be treated with kid gloves. The glare she shot me made my fur stand on end. She was killed in the line of duty. I'm so sorry. Don't be. I don't need pity. I joined the force because of her. Made me who I am. Oh, you're a police officer? Detective. When she didn't say anything more, we could only shuffle awkwardly. Guess that's an end to that topic. Oh, I was meaning to ask about Tabby. Is she okay? After last night, I mean? Oh, yes, of course. It's very kind of you to bring those lanterns, by the way. Tabby probably didn't say anything. She's like that, but she's really grateful. Nonsense, I'm just glad she's okay. Must have been frightening. Was she always scared of the dark? If you don't mind me asking, of course. No, it's fine. She was never particularly fond of the dark, but she got trapped in a crawl space when she was young. Pitch black, barely any room to move. Absolutely horrible. So she's not a fan of cramped spaces either. Damn, poor kid. Well, I'm here to help always. Just give me a shout, okay? I know. Thank you. Glad the conversation had brightened a bit. I suddenly recalled something that had been bugging me since last night. June, I was meaning to ask you about Joseph. Oh? What about him? Just, curious what he's like. He's nice. Just private. He's the only engineer on the ship, though, right? Yeah. She could see where this was going, it seemed. I was just wondering why a ship this size has such a small crew. I'd have thought he'd have, I don't know, an assistant. Oh, I can assure you, he's very capable. That isn't what I meant. I just thought he must be pretty overworked. Is this about the lights last night? Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon or YouTube memberships if you can. It always helps. But anyway, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!